it's time to talk Buckeyes. I'm gonna let's get your take here, and I want you to be brutally honest.
Oh well, okay.
All right, just give it to me straight. I can take it. As a Georgia fan, what's your personal thoughts on Ohio State? And do they differ from your fan base? That's important.
I think I'll go back to. I think they're very similar products on the field, and the way they recruit very similar up north. We're down south. But I will say I kind of see you guys as maybe more arrogant and entitled. And I guess I probably put it upon myself. So when you guys put a beating on Tennessee, I had a Tennessee buddy on. He's been on the podcast several times, and I went with I had to go with the SEC. I went with Tennessee, and I called you guys the suck nuts. I will admit I said that.
Oh,
Oh, and they were after me in the comments. I had to turn my Instagram and I mean, you guys hillbilly redneck. Hey, that didn't age well. I mean, they dug it in everywhere. It was good. It was good views for me. So since then, maybe I did enjoy. Hate to say this, did enjoy maybe when the Michigan wins and a little bit of the meltdown.
oh, come on, bro.
But I did like that you guys got it up the monkey off their back. But in turn, like my friend Scott, he would always give a little dig. Is y'all can't get over that Alabama curse, man. So I would kind of hear it. It's good back and forth banner. But back to it, I do respect you guys. You guys are the elite program, elite of the elite. But I will say, I don't cry at all when Buckeyes maybe take an L every now and then. But the whole Michigan thing was just because you guys hate each other so bad. I like just sit back and watching
Oh,
those 12 o'clock. So you know how it
isn't
is.
it? Isn't it something
It is.
to just watch these two? Like it is 365, man.
It is.
365. Uh, it is crazy. You should see some of the hate I get in my inbox, man.
All right, I'm sure.
Oh, it is wild how people, and I'm not a troll. I don't go on other people's shows and
Same
make
here.
fun of. I know Ohio State fans do it, so I can't sit here and be like, oh no, we're just a better fan base. But the thing I can't stand about their fan base, they are so pompous and
Mm,
arrogant. It's funny you called us arrogant because I
mm,
I feel like Ohio State fans are just common folk, most of them.
yeah.
They have this elitist attitude. We're better than you. Our school's better than you. Our education's better than you. Everything's better than you. And it just rubs me the wrong way so much about their fan base, man. But anyways, it's a 365 thing, dude. The hate is real.
Yep.
The hate is real. Like I laugh at the Iron Bowl, Auburn and Alabama.
I was
To
about to say
me,
that you guys, it's a better matchup and it's more higher respected or whatever with you guys, more hate. I agree.
yeah, yeah,
Environment.
exactly, dude.
Mm,
So I don't know, man. If I had to say what's the second best, well, obviously Army Navy
yeah.
for obvious reasons is a tremendous rivalry. But if we're talking play on the field, oh man, who do you guys view Bama as your top rival, or is it Tennessee, or is it Florida? Because you guys have so many like
It
what you
is.
call rivals, but who's the top rival? Like,
So until the last 5 years, because lives five straight, is it used to be Florida. The reason is for a while there, even Mark Rick and before Kirby came, there was a time I think we were 3-18 against them. We'd go down there to Jacksonville and they'd beat our butts. It was like a thing. And Kirby came and he flipped it, and he's done really well against it. So I would say the one you always circle like I would like to have it is Florida. I wouldn't put I wouldn't put Alabama as the rivalry more because it wasn't a rivalry. I hate to say that. We did get one. We're 2-8. It was more like the nemesis and the kryptonite is where we were at with them. But we do want to beat them so bad. So that would say. And then what would you say going back? That's a good question. What makes a rivalry? I know you guys Michigan play every year, hate each other, but like, what makes a rivalry? You think for teams maybe with these
number
conference
one, you have to
champions
have
and everything?
history. You have to have
Yeah,
history.
yeah,
Now, I look at Oregon as a new rivalry
mhm,
that's budding in the conference with Ohio State.
yeah,
But I mean, it's not even close to
yeah.
what you know. Illinois is our other rival.
Really? Wow.
Oh yeah, we have a stupid rivalry trophy called the Illabuck. It's a
I
wooden
forget they're
turtle.
in the Big Ten sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like you guys, like we laugh at it. Illinois takes it serious, and we're kind of like, yeah, whatever. Penn State was a good rivalry for us when they joined the Big Ten. We were the closest school to them in proximity, and they kind of adopted us as their main rival. And we still are kind of like, yeah, you're kind of second fiddle to us when it
Yeah.
comes to rivalry.
Have you won like 9 straight now? 8, 9 straight? You've got it
Against Penn
together?
State,
Yeah, something like that,
oh,
isn't it?
it might be more
Maybe
than
more than
that.
that?
It might
I
be
don't even know
10
the last
now.
time you won, but yeah, remember.
Yeah, it was. Urban lost one because of a block kick, and so it was mid-Urban era.
Wow.
We have a saying on our show: James Franklin is going to James Franklin himself.
Yeah.
We'll see if that continues at Virginia Tech. I kind of feel like it's a good factory reset for him going to Blacksburg. I don't know if it's a factory reset for Penn State necessarily, but I do think for him it's good to get he got out of their Penn State there. All right. So does that differ from your fan base, your personal feelings, or do you feel like most Georgia fans think about us the way you do?
I think pretty similar. And then the whole like the Ohio State, we joke around and say that a lot behind
Yeah.
closed doors, like the Ohio State. That just kind of adds to it. But
Well, this is the OHIO podcast.
there it is. I like it. Yeah. I like it.
It's one
But
of our
we
favorite
do say
words.
that. I'm just being honest. Our little jokes we have,
Yeah,
nice, funny banner.
I love it. I love it. So you might not know this, but Ohio State loves the trademark stuff.
Yeah.
They tried to trademark the word "the." I got a cease and assist from Ohio State because of our first logo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had exclamation marks behind the OH and the IO,
Hmm.
and they said that's trademarked, pal.
Oh wow.
So I was like, hey, they know who I am.
Yeah. That's good though. They know shit.
Mika, I'll get to your question in a little bit, Mika.
Yeah.
Is Texas becoming a rivalry for Georgia? Good question, Don.
Believe we've beaten them 3 straight times. I'll take that. So, yeah, loving it. We don't play them this year. We wouldn't play until SEC championship game or playoffs. So beat them 3 straight.
Yeah, hopefully we do too.
There
Because
you go.
we beat them twice, so hopefully we'll beat them three straight times here. That would be nice. All right, same question. What do you think about Ryan Day? What does your fan base think about Ryan Day, and does it differ?
Yeah. So first off, positive. So I do respect him. Great recruiter. I'd say he's in that really really close to Kirby Smart, if not the best college football coach currently. Maybe I'll give it to him because Kirby does have 2, but right there on the heels. Good, great offensive mind coach. I will say where Georgia fans, and I'll go Brandon Adams, Dog Nation Daily, he's listening to him every day. He's one of the big podcast guys. Is I guess going back to the whole thing with Lou Holtz, rest in peace, that whole thing, and maybe mentioning his name, how we were soft, and I know you guys got good for you guys in the win. And then I guess the whole thing with him, he dyes his beard black and everything. His little jokes. So just like little things like that. But to him as a coach and everything, well respected. But the whole like Lou Holtz thing, I thought it was kind of funny because maybe I guess went back because I don't think Kirby would say that. But I'm sure the knock on Kirby, since we're doing that, is like he wears the visor all the time, the Barney Rubble haircut, and little quirks like that. So.
I've never heard that Barney Rubble haircut.
Yeah, we got one they call him Barney Rubble because he's got a little comb over in the visor. There's some Instagram and Twitter thing, Kirby's visor. I'm sure he's known as why does he always wear the visor? But little things like that with Ryan Day.
The whole Lou Holtz thing is just. I have a whole different take on that. And I'm not going to spend this time getting into my little Lou Holtz actually was trying to motivate Ryan Day because he actually loves Ohio State because he coached here in '68 when they won the national championship with Woody Hayes. But I get a kick out of that because whenever we need a big win, I'll be like, I hope some old coach comes out of retirement and questions Ryan Day's toughness because that pissed him off, man.
Yeah.
Hit
a little nerve.
That was the greatest game Honda McCord ever played.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, let's get into all of your questions. I've tried to star as many of them as I possibly can.
You guys be gentle, hopefully.
Some of these are going to be a little rough around the edges, brother. Just letting you know. We'll take the super chat first from my good friend Bobby Mack. If the refs don't screw up the obvious targeting call, do we beat Georgia by 2 or 3 touchdowns and win the Natty?
Ooh. All right, so I will say questionable on that because you guys had us on the ropes. That was probably going up to it one of the worst New Year's Eve. So that could have changed. I will say that could have changed it because Marvin Harrison Jr. was elite player and could have definitely changed it. So I don't know about 2 or 3 scores, but I could see you guys potentially winning that game because we had really no answers till late in the third quarter until that long touchdown to I forgot his name, number 11, down the sideline to really open it up. So I don't know about 2 or 3 scores, but I could see you guys actually winning that game with Marvin Harrison Jr. Answer question.
Yeah, and you know what? That night was really terrible because my best buddy was like, "Hey, if we win this game, I'm getting 2 tickets to the national championship, and you're going with me." And yeah,
That was the national championship game that year because
it was.
TCU game was a laugher. Hey, real quick on that. What was your gut feeling on that field goal setting up?
Oh, I knew we were going to miss it.
Did you?
Okay. When Ryan Day all of a sudden got into field goal range and then all of a sudden kind of went conservative, I was like, we're going to lose this thing. He kind of took the ball out of C.J. Stroud's hands.
Yeah.
And I think if he would have let C.J. keep cooking, we would have got that thing down inside the 20 and probably chip shot at that point. Yeah. But that was the first of a series of what has been unfortunate field goal attempts by Ohio State in games where we have lost by a field goal here or there because, 13-10 the team up north here in the Horseshoe, 13-10 in Indiana in the Big Ten championship game, missed field goals. Both those games missed field goals. Chip shots even too. So same guy, although not the same as the kicker in the Georgia game, but I digress. All right, let's get into some of your questions here that I've starred, ladies and gentlemen. This is from RK Mangoes. I'm gonna change this question slightly. He says, "Did you, like other Georgia fans, mock Florida State when they didn't? Quarterback went down, didn't get into the playoffs, and then you guys just blitzkrieged them?"
I just think that was a cult. But are we talking about like the one we won 63-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that was a culture. They cashed out. That was bad. I forget how many players they didn't play. That was. I'll go back to Kirby Smart over Norvell. Just had the culture and still motivating some of those guys to play. Could have had a lot of our starters sit out. I think that was just a culture. We wanted it more. We were salty after missing out on the playoffs, and they wanted to make an example. So they put a whooping on Florida State. So I just put that's a culture, better invested coach than Norvell. And I didn't really make fun of them. I didn't think they really deserved it anyway. I mean, I was hoping they were going to get in because we got in. That's a whole other thing is us being. Oh yeah, back to real quick on that. What was your thoughts on? We lost 3 points and we dropped from 1 to 6, and we were coming off back-to-back national champions and lost 1 game. What was your thoughts on that as a neutral fan?
Well, I've often thought that first off, the CFP committee is a joke.
Yeah.
They don't know ball. All they're doing is they're looking at records. Yeah. They set up. And when you ask them for an explanation, they have a narrative behind their explanation where they choose whatever measuring point they want to justify how they did things. Let's take Notre Dame and Miami for instance, right? Notre Dame, they have Notre Dame ahead of Miami the whole time, and then they flip them at the very end, all because 2 teams in the ACC championship game created a scenario where now they had to create a new narrative. It should never be that way, ever. I've had an issue with rankings all the time. So if you look at my top 25, if I were to rank a top 25, and I'm not an AP voter, so I don't get this opportunity, but I've taken part in other top 25, rankings before. none that really matter, but on Twitter and things of that nature. My list never looks like what the AP pulls out ever. Like, first off, they shouldn't have a top 25 until like week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
There's not enough data points to tell, oh, they have more returning players and the emblem on the side of their helmet means something more than other schools. So let's just put them up there. And so when you lose, you don't fall as far based off of what? Perception? So I have a big issue with that. And then how do you rank teams from the SEC and Big Ten versus the Big 12?
Yeah.
Right? Let's take Texas Tech, for example. They pretty much waltz through the Big 12. They get into the playoffs, and then they get embarrassed. And it's like, okay, so they weren't as great as they thought they were going into those playoffs. So it's really hard to do rankings in college football, in my opinion. But, yeah, I have a big issue, Trey, with how all these people rank top 25 CFP, especially the CFP. If they don't, they have these people in that room who just don't. We have politicians in there.
Yep.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Give me, like you, me, like they should have podcasters do this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
People that know.
College Huddle, bring us in.
There it is.
Great question. All right, let's get to another question from the chat here. Wrong one. Here we go. Start. Let's go with Sean's question. This is a good one. Talking about culture. Do you think Kirby's lost control of the culture at Georgia? Players keep getting arrested. Is there a culture problem?
Yeah, we actually had another one with a East Carolina transfer, Jamar Marley, forget his name, sorry. But, yeah, we've had a lot. It's almost gotten to the point we get kind of numb to it, but I'm going to kind of go with he's tried state patrolmen, auto insurance speakers, he's had guest speakers. He's tried. I'm going to go back to this is NIL, and you're giving these cars, Raptors and really, really fast cars and Mercedes. I'm going to go to that. And they're just 18, 21-year-old, no excuse for it. But I don't think it's a lot of like speeding related.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been, it used to be back in the day with Mark Rick, we used to have 3, 4, like every couple of days and suspensions all the time. He was really, really hard on. There used to be sexual assault, and there was Alec Ogletree back in the day stole a scooter helmet from one of the swim team or track team guys. Just stupid stuff like that. And he was hard on them. So I'm going to go back to, I just think it's NIL, and these are 18, 21 years old. It's just fast cars. They think they're invincible, if that makes sense.
At one time,
Kirby's tried to change things from what I've read.
I remember there was a stat not that long ago that there was more arrests than wins in the last 2 years.
Yes.
I mean, that one had to be tough to swallow, man. I'm like, oh. And maybe what you guys need is a good rival to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Because that seems to happen whenever anything bad happens at Ohio State, you can just about guarantee it. There's going to be 500 messages from scum fans in my inbox, just screaming at us. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Great question though, Sean.
It was good. That was good.
And I appreciate you being honest with that, Trey.
Yeah.
All right, we got a whole bunch more to get through here. Let's go. Mangoes. Do you feel that Georgia is a step behind in the NIL transfer portal and recruiting? Do you think that contributes is the sole reason why Georgia no longer has a super stacked roster?
Yeah, so they were just talking about that, and I was thinking about it too. Great question. So Georgia has been, we could joke around on maybe somewhat on the thrift model on NIL. And you can kind of tell the guys that they really, really go after, but they're not stacking the roster as of like 2021, 2022, which I think that might be one of the best defenses ever. They can look at it, how those guys went over to the portal. I'm sorry, not the portal, but to the NFL. So we're not spending money and stacking the way we used to, just to lesser NIL budget, to answer the question. And then Kirby is not one of those to get in a bidding war. He even brought it up the other day. He goes, there's 105 players, there's 85 scholarship, but when you really look at it, you only really need to spend money on the premier positions on 50 to 60. I think that's who's actually going to play in the games. He's kind of going with that mindset, and he's trying to do more of developing players, and hopefully they'll stay there 2 to 3 years. Could backfire on them. Like this year, he spent more money on retaining a lot of the players that are on the current roster than going out. And he does use the portal somewhat, but I think we only added 8 guys. So to me, I'm looking at it, he's putting like cracks in the boat instead of going like real NIL. A lot of transfer portal heavy guys.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So that's kind of where
it
he's
does.
going.
And Ohio State's very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right now, you see a lot of guys who are, Ohio State's in on, who, you look at Oregon and Texas Tech. A lot of guys going to Texas Tech. Well, they're buying their roster. That's what they're trying to do. Oregon, same thing with Phil Knight. Notre Dame recently winning a lot of recruiting battles. I think they're all in on NIL here recently. The thing about it is there's going to be NIL fatigue with donors.
It is, yeah.
And it's already starting to happen with some of these programs, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. We're seeing it. So it'd be interesting to see how that affects in the coming years. I think, all 3 of those teams, specifically Georgia and Ohio State, in my opinion, they have really good personnel who make good decisions most of the time on the kind of player they're bringing in. So hopefully it doesn't hurt our programs.
Another one that's been a thorn in our side recently is Miami. They've beaten us. They beat us
Yes.
on a 5-star cornerback, and there's a big O lineman last year. And then another one I think Kirby is trying to say, and I thought it's a great selling pool, is don't take the $500,000 or $1 million from this. If you come to Georgia, got a chance to make it to the league, make even more money. I know we only had 8 guys this year because we were a young team, but look at the past where we had 15, set the NFL record for most drafts to a college. There's 13 recently. So if you come and get developed, we'll give you some money and get developed. You can make even more in the long run and make it to the NFL. So I think that's another good little tool that he's doing.
Hashtag developed here. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Travis Shuttleworth with the question. Will Georgia be able to sack the quarterback this year when they only rush 4 D linemen?
Great question. I think we were in some of the bottom in the whole college football on sacks. So we brought in Larry Knight from Arkansas State. I know that's not a big name, but he is supposedly a sack specialist. For example, he took the team, I know it's Arkansas State, lesser program, but from 19 to 39. Even if he did that in flag football, is very impressive. And he's got a experienced bunch coming back, and he's supposed to be some great techniques. And I believe they're going to try to switch up the scheme a little bit. So that is going to be a focus, and Kirby really focused on that in the spring and hopefully in the summer. So it should be a improvement, and we'll have a better defense, at least on paper, this year.
Mika Hanna, this is my recruiting coordinator. She works for me here at the OHIO podcast. She knows everything there is to know about Ohio State recruiting. What is one recruiting battle you wish would have gone differently for Georgia?
Recently?
I think in general. I think she's just asking in general, but you can use a recent one.
Yeah, I'd say the cornerback recently losing that to Miami. And then I believe there was the guy, we were all in on him. He's out of Missouri, a offensive lineman from last year that we got. And then there was he was committed to Georgia from Georgia. I forget his name too. There was a defensive lineman Texas got last year. He outbidded us last minute. So there's some of those. I'm going to go to the one just because we do have – that's another thing. So with the backups, we got like 4 guys. He's basically – fighting for the backup spot behind Gunnar Stockton basically shows we don't have anybody, so we're pretty deep there. But the whole Jared Curtis thing, did you hear about this? And
no.
Jared Curtis, he flipped to Vanderbilt, Georgia. He was committed for a while, offered him $2 million, and now they got him. He's going to be in this movie role with Nate. Who's the comedian? Nate Borges, I forget his name.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking. Yeah.
He's going to be like he's playing a little small role, and that was the whole part of the NIL deal is you're going to be in a movie. So I mean, you got Vanderbilt and Nashville offering the kids movie deals. Can't hang with that. But anyway, he lost. Vanderbilt lost 4 of their 5 O linemen, 60% of their roster. He comes to Georgia this year. Kirby Smart said that was probably circled. So Jared Curtis might have a salty defense getting ready for him to come into Athens with no O line. So might be fun to watch.
College football is the only sport where something like that is the motivation for fan bases to be like, yeah, we're going to circle that game.
Yeah.
Don, speaking of Texas, you mentioned lost one to Texas. What's your prediction for the Ohio State-Texas game?
Where's that? Is that going to be at
in Austin this year? Yeah.
I'd say that's going to be I'd say a one-score game going to be very similar to last year. And you guys got pretty good defense returning? I haven't really done.
No, well, I shouldn't say that. We lost 8 starters to the NFL on defense.
Okay.
We're returning 3 starters, but there's still really high expectations that this defense is going to be really good because they were deep, they recruited well, and Matt Patricia's back, and we love that guy, defensive coordinator. So we'll see. I think that the jury will be out, but there's a lot of confidence in this fan base that the defense is going to be good. Manning did not have a good game in the shoe to open the season last year. He looked bad.
Yep.
He looked very, very bad. It took him half the year, I think, to really get going. I fully expect to see Arch Manning, a whole different Arch Manning than what we saw last year. But I have a lot of confidence that our offense is going to be much better than what we were last year to start the season. That was only 14-7 game. This one's going to be a little bit more higher scoring than that one. Here's a big picture question from W. Buck. What do you think of expansion, and what do you think, and who do you think joins each conference?
I would say there's always been the rumor for SEC going is Clemson and Florida State has always wanted to jump over. I hope it stays where it's at. And then back to the whole Greg Sankey thing, I forgot about to mention this, is I never liked it that they added Texas and Oklahoma. I think it was 2021, whenever 2022. I felt like that, and then the whole NIL and transfer portal started happening. A little bit of my love of college football slowly dwindling away. Of course, I'm going to watch it, be a diehard. I felt like, but you could just see everything changing. So I hope they don't change, but I fear that it is. But to answer your question, I could see Florida State and Clemson, if they can get out of this whole ACC network contract or whatever it is, coming over, because you hear that every year. Because that's the two that really want to come over.
Don McClure, will Shane Beamer survive at South Carolina?
He needs a 6-6, 7-5 or better, and yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's a make or break year. He was on my. He was on. I usually do he was on the hot seat. He was on there last year for me heading into the season. That was my little bold statement. So he needs to do probably 6-6, 7-5 or better. Yeah, or he could be looking around.
Yeah, he's definitely one. When that Virginia Tech job opened up, I thought,
yep,
is he going to go home? But he didn't. So
yeah.
We'll see how they do. When did you realize, this is from RK Mangoes, when did you realize that the SEC being the toughest conference was over?
I would say when Michigan won the national title, I was like, all right. And then Ohio State. So I'd say the last 2 years, heading into 2024, 2025, we were taking a step down. And then I always look at the bowl games when we're going 4-8, all the opt-outs, and then some of the head-to-head matches that we lost. So I'd say the last 2 years.
Yeah. Jack Evans, when does Ohio State-Georgia series start? I think it's 2030. If I'm not, I think it's 2030, 2031.
Let's hope it stays in. They keep.
I was going to say, are we gonna play? Because you guys just canceled your Florida State series.
That's right. That'd be a good one. Do you think that'll be home and home for us or neutral side?
Yeah, it's a home and home.
Okay, cool.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what it's all about. Let's go to your place, you come to our place. Let's generate massive buzz at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Right.
It's. I mean, you're gonna watch Texas Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Clemson LSU. I'm gonna watch LSU embarrass Clemson week 1. I'm gonna watch it.
What's the real Death Valley? Your opinion?
Oh, LSU. We don't like Clemson around here at Ohio
Okay.
State.
Yeah.
They had our number for too long, and then
Right.
they got lucky. So
We know what the game
no,
of the year might be, right? As more gets.
LSU Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's the even though it's SEC, that's so much smoke around it. I mean, that's just I think who we got Arkansas anyway. All in on that one, wherever that is, TV like definitely.
Yes. Um, that game. So my work at the college huddle last year, Ole Miss kind of became my adopted fan base. Like they loved me.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was. So they're like, "Come down to the SIP and party with us. Let's go." I'm like,
Go to
"Okay."
the Grove, man.
Yeah, they want. I'm like, if someone buys my ticket to that game, I'm going. Like that. That is must see TV if you can't go to the game. People don't realize how much that fan base hates Lane Kiffin. Like it is. I'm really worried something bad's going to happen, Trey. I really do.
I remember the Tennessee game, golf balls and the mustard. Like there
Yeah,
might be some stuff thrown at them. And if it's a night game, they need to make it like 7:30, 7:45 night game where it stews all day. The hype.
all
I
that
think.
alcohol being consumed
Oh
there
man.
in the Grove. Oh my goodness.
You'll have security guards. I knew it was what really got me was the hate was when he's getting on that private plane to fly out and they were just all and F you and remember that video that came
Oh
out? I
yeah.
was like, all right, there's some hate here. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, that got me. That's when I was like,
Yeah. I think we got time for just a couple
sure,
more here.
sure.
Um, let's see here. Question for Trey with from RK Mangles. With Georgia's recent success of quarterbacks from Bennett, Daniels, Murray, Beck, Brock, do you think it's gone up, down, or plateaued in quality of performance? Great question.
Hmm. I'll go back to that one. I wouldn't really call JT Daniels a success. I know that was a good name because he 3-0. First off, good kid stayed around, but went 3-0, and then I think he had that injury that was nagging injury. Then Bennett when he couldn't make it. But Aaron Murray's solid statistic wise. Didn't really do much in the league. Jake Fromm was good. I know you guys loved it when Justin Fields went went there because Jake Fields. That's a whole other topic for another day on that one. Bennett is one not planned on. I mean, he was lucky to be on the team. JUCO coming from junior college, transferred back in, two national titles. We do like Gunner because he's homegrown. So I'd say it's kind of been I'll say steady. Not really any like drop offs. Gunner to me last year surprised being number 7. I think out of top 10 for Heisman. Maybe he'll get an invite this year. He'll improve. So I'd say steady is a good thing for it.
Um, at least two more here. At least two more. King Buckeye, what's up, Alex? How many touchdowns does 2023 Georgia beat 2023 Michigan by? I love that question.
Um, I think we would have matched up with them really well because our defense and then Carson Beck was more explosive and more dynamic than that 2023. That was probably one of Bobo's, even to bring him up statistically when he came back best years. I say we could beat it. We could have beaten them by one score. It would have been competitive because that was a really good defense. And McCarthy, he was pretty good in 2023. So I'll
As
say that.
long as they didn't know your signs, you guys would have been
Yeah,
fine.
there you go. And he got that Connor style. I forgot about him.
Mika, how much did not getting Caleb Downs bother you?
That one did bother me because we were really, really close in it, and he is a great player. So that one definitely stung. I remember doing like a Instagram and a YouTube short on it that we lost it that one because he's an elite player. But I mean, good for you guys. You
Another
know
one.
it's done for Alabama. I think that one might have been is they stealing away from Alabama. Whoever
Oh,
got
we've
him,
been
man.
stealing a lot of people from Alabama. We did it again this offseason.
Exactly.
I mean, we're telling Bama fans we're thanking them for being our feeder program recently. Don McClure, what's the word on DJ Jacobs? He's committed to Ohio State. Can we get him to stay in Columbus, or is Georgia in on him still?
Maybe I'm behind on it. Who's the DJ Jacob?
He's
Do
the
we know?
number one defensive lineman in the 2027 class from
Okay.
Georgia.
Is he?
Yeah,
Did,
committed to Ohio State.
wonder if he was
Surprised everybody.
was it a long time ago or how long ago?
About 5 months ago.
Yeah. So my thing on that, the earlier they commit, probably means they're not coming. So I hate when a guy does it like a year ahead of time because he's going to get everybody in his ear and take visits. So if it was a recent one, I think you guys got a shot. But if it's one of those like I think we had one recently where it was a year ago this cycle. I'm always like when they commit way too early, he's like, I bet you statistically it's like he won't stay committed. So
Tyler, I think we already got to this one. What about the question Ryan Day compared to Kirby Smart as a head coaches? What does Trey think of them both? I think we kind of covered that one already, buddy. When it comes to Kirby and Ryan Day,
it's right in there.
yeah,
A and B. I'll say Kirby just because he has another national championship 2-1. I'm very big on that, and I might have to give it. Hey, we eked out that win. Got really lucky. Shouldn't have won that game, but we'll take it. You know what that reminded me of when we won that game? That was Alabama ripping our hearts out all those years beating Georgia. You beat them 3+ quarters and somehow lost it at the end. That's what that reminded me of. No business winning, but we found a way to win.
That comment right there sounds exactly like what Chris was getting at here. Georgia fans ready to admit they cheap shorted their way to their last national title. No, they're not. Okay, buddy, they're not.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we wouldn't apologize either if the shoe was on the other foot. Trey, this has been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate
it.
You've been so gracious with your time. Tell everybody again where they can find your podcast, and guys, go on over there and give them a like and sub if you don't mind. If you're going to follow One Georgia Podcast, this is the guy you need to go follow right here.
Yeah, appreciate it. We are Doghouse Podcast. Look for the red logo with the Bulldog on there on YouTube. We're I think 716 plus. Also Doghouse Talk on Instagram and Doghouse Podcast on Twitter and Spotify as well.
Troy giving you a shout out on the way out. Great guest. Enjoyed this. Thanks. Yeah. So, and thanks for having me on your podcast a couple weeks ago. You made a couple different videos from that recording. Go check those out, guys. He's asking me all kinds of Ohio State questions. Feel free to go over there and in the comments tell him why I'm right or wrong. And I'm fine with that. I got called a dirty name on one of these. It was so bad I had to take the comment off. I'm like, my goodness, bro. Relax, man. Have some fun. And just talking recruiting. The guy was really upset. Anyways, but you can tell me I'm right or wrong over there in those comments. Those comments will help that video get to more people. And hopefully that Trey can get to those 1,000 subscribers before the season, man. That's what we're hoping for him over there. He does a lot of good work, guys. So thank you so much again, Trey. Really appreciate this. We're going to be catching up with each other again, I'm sure, before the season starts. But have a good year, and hopefully we can meet in the playoffs, and we can rip your heart out this year.
Yeah, man, that'd be good. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing you guys beat the Longhorns. Not a big fan, so hey, that'd be good. There you go. That'd be a good win for you. Love it.
All right, hey guys, I got a recruiting video for you guys tomorrow. So check that out in the morning. We got a big time recruit from St. Quantas High School, Wyatt Smith, same high school as the Bosa brothers, committed today. Top 100 defensive end, according to Rivals on 3. He committed today. We got that video tomorrow, and then 8:00 tomorrow. Vader's on. He's had enough of Keenan Bailey. He says, Eric, I need to talk about it. I get it off my chest. This is Vader. Feel free to come on tomorrow night. So we're going to have a counseling session with Vader when it comes to our tight end coach, Keenan Bailey, and his inability to get any tight end to come to Ohio State. You got any tight ends down there in Athens, Georgia?
Hey, we'll take a trade. You want to give us some NIL money for them? Yeah, we got plenty, man. We got we got them growing on trees for some reason. Almost like too many. Hey, here's the thing. We'll give you one of our elite tight ends for one of your wideouts. We'll take how about that?
Bobby Mack, that is not a fair statement, dude. Trey, have you done an interview on ESPN? The Podfather has. I did an interview on ESPN.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. ESPN Radio had me on.
That's awesome.
When we were at our tailgate. It was awesome.
Awesome.
I could barely hear them, but it was cool. Well, Trey, if I ever get to ESPN, which I wouldn't, but if I ever would, you would be my first Georgia fan I would do an interview with.
Awesome, man. Glad to hear that.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out if you haven't already. Trey, thank you so much for coming in. We'll see if you know how to do this right. Till next time, everybody, be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. You all know what to do. OH!
IO?
Hey! Go Dogs! Have a good night,
Go Dogs,
everybody.
man. Thank you.